All right, folks, so here at Keystone, we pride ourselves on innovation and being the industry's most innovative manufacturer. So when it comes to toy haulers, there are a lot of brands and a lot of manufacturers to choose from. However, the toy haulers that they're putting out aren't specifically what we would call a toy hauler. Now, at Keystone, and specifically with Raptor, we put out what we would call as a true toy hauler. And I'm going to show you why there are some differences with what we do versus what everyone else does. One of those features is going to be our doors from the garage. So what we do here is we're going to have a vapor sealed door that is going to stop any of the fumes that you would get from having a traditional toy, whether it's something that comes in a motorcycle, an ATV, a side-by-side, or anything that puts off fumes. Another thing that we do with our AC system is it is a complete dump. So there is no return air on that third AC here, which is going to cycle any of those fumes through the rest of the coach. So with those two things there, that's going to be a difference. Another one is going to be in the way that we offer a half bath. So with having a half bath, you can use this room again as a garage. It can be as a spare bedroom, as an in-law suite, as an office, or something like that that is going to give you a true toy hauler feel with the garage, or is going to open up the door to be able to accommodate for many other lifestyles or camping scenarios. We're also going to give you another separate entry into that garage living area. But one of the things that I do want to talk about that is going to completely separate us from everybody else in the industry is our frame welded tie downs. The key with our frame welded tie downs is every one of these tie downs is individually rated at 5,000 pounds. And again, they are welded directly to the frame. So why is that different than what the other manufacturers would put out? So this is what they would put out. Every other manufacturer in the industry is going to use something similar to this. It's called a D-ring. So it's going to have the housing that'll get fastened to the floor, and then it'll have a ring or something like this that you'll tie your strap down to. The problem is those weight ratings. So our weight ratings are rated at 5,000 pounds a piece. On a D-ring, you'll get a weight rating anywhere between 1,500 to 5,000 pounds. Now the key is where that weight rating applies. On every other toy hauler in the industry, that weight rating that goes from 1,500 to 5,000 pounds is only going to apply from this ring to the housing, and has nothing to do with how they actually fasten it to the ground. So with them fastening it, whether they screw it through the floor, they bolt it to the floor, they put it through one of the cross members of the frame, or they use a metal seal plate. The issue is now those bolts or screws are what is actually holding the unit to the floor. So if you get your big side-by-sides, your 4-seat razors, your priceless motorcycle, you want to know that when you strap this thing down, it's going to be secure. One of the things that we've hung our heads on is that we've actually taken our frame, strapped a side-by-side to it, and then actually flipped it over so that you can see that as this thing is bouncing or shaking as it's being driven across country, that it's not going to pull out. And that's one of the biggest complaints that customers have with toy haulers, is that fear of their toy getting ruined or getting damaged. So a motorcycle falling on another motorcycle, the strap tearing up and then hitting a front wall, maybe going through a window. Those are all things that you will never have to worry about with a Keystone Raptor. Some of the other features that we do, if you look here, we use a blackout shade that's actually snapped to the wall. The reason that we use this is it's clean, it's sleek, it's narrow, versus having the blinds that are going to be fastened here that are going to get hit or nicked either from a shoulder, or you're trying to strap this thing to the ground and now all of a sudden you're hitting something, and then obviously with the up and down pull. So you can actually take this and unbutton it. You can fold it and put it away, or you can put it back up there for sleeping purposes, and it's going to give you a little bit of an R value, and it is going to block the sun. So that's something that we do a little bit differently. Another thing that we do is the configuration that we use for our Happy Jack system. So you have the ability to use this top portion as a bunk for sleeping, and you have this portion here that you can utilize in a multitude of ways. So you can bring it down and have it set up with opposed seating. You have a table that'll come with every unit that you can set down in the center to use as an eating surface or a plain surface, or you can then run it all the way down to the ground, flip down the backs, and now you've got another bed system. So with all of these, you'll have that weight rating, which is going to be 300 pounds, and then you'll have access to the electric mechanisms from here. And then another cool thing that we do is up at the top, we put pins in place there. So you're gonna have 4 pins for all 4 points of that bed system, so that if you do not wanna use that top bunk as a sleeping surface, you can actually store things up there, and then you can run this down so that you've got the headway through here when you're sitting or you're moving back and forth through the unit. And then if you wanna utilize it, you can pull your 4 pins down, run both beds down, and then you're good to go. As we swing through the back of this, you're gonna notice this little storage box here. So what this is Keystone's Dovetail storage. And what it does is it's gonna give you a steel door plate, and then you're gonna have storage the entire width of the back of your trailer. So if you've got spare batteries, you have straps that you want to be able, extra straps, if you have roadside kits that you want to be able to use, or an air compressor or something like that, you can store all of those things in there and then use them whenever you want. A cool thing about it is going to have holes in the bottom. It's going to have some weep holes. So I've even seen people that have put ice in there and use it as like a drink container if they're taking it out to the races. So again, you can kind of do whatever you want with it, but the nice thing is you've got storage built onto this. And we're going to be the only toy hauler in the industry that's going to offer this. So as you're looking at that high-end toy hauler in a Raptor, you're going to find it in this. You're not going to find it anywhere else. All right, so now we're out onto the back patio. So some of the nice features that you'll find on this Raptor is you've got your rear patio screen door. This allows you to be able to have a screened in patio for your outside to your inside. It also allows you to open up your screens here to bring in some cross breeze and some ventilation into the garage on those nice cooler days. You can also take this and you can open up both doors, and they'll actually open up all the way to allow you to pull in those larger toys. And then as we come out here, you'll see we use the MORride zero gravity ramp system. So the zero gravity ramp system is going to be a system that it rolls out and it hooks up in a matter of about 30 seconds. And this will be an option that'll come with all of your Raptors. And with this rear patio screen door, and then again with the ramp package, you're going to get the awning, and then you'll get the stairs that come off of the side. So now you've got 3 entry and exit points off to your campsite. And then with the ramp system, this ramp in this patio configuration is going to hold 1,500 pounds. And when it's in the ramp mode, it'll hold 3,000, which is going to be the largest weight rating and capacity in the industry. Another Keystone exclusive feature that we do is all of our backup cameras are standard. So every toy hauler in the industry is going to give the customer a prepped backup camera where we throw it on immediately, and that's going to give you a little bit more value in your coach and a lot more ease, because now you're going to be able to hook up to that and you're going to be able to see out the back, hence with that backup camera. All right, guys, so that gives you a lot to think about when you're looking at your Keystone Raptor toy hauler. So as we wrap this tour up, please keep in mind there's a lot of Keystone features that we weren't able to go over that I want you guys to ask your dealers about. So you're going to get your fully painted front caps, your Keystone exclusive and patented hitch vision, which allows you to line up your fifth wheel in the back of your truck with the pin box, with either lining it up on your rear view mirror or looking through the cab. You're going to have all LED lighting inside and out, frameless windows, and again, all of those features that we just went over. So again, I'm Ben Swathwood, District Sales Manager for Keystone Raptor, and I hope to see you guys on the road.